Game 5, the last game of the Mcdonell tournament for the Lancers. They will take on the Columbus Catholic Dons in a rematch of the state final. As Columbus Catholic will start off the serving for today. Lancers 0-4 on the day, 6-6 on the year, trying to avoid going under 500. As starting off the serving will be Kenley. And we are ready to begin. The back received by Leduc. Set across for Thompson. The back tipped out of play. And the Lancers go up 1-0. And Luke will head back to serve for the Lancers. The back corner, tipped high, going to try to send it back into play. Libero a long way to go and going to get it over. Proceeds by Koenig. Set across for Radical. Blocked into the net. And the Lancers go up 2-0. Straight center, tip to the side, gonna run and bumps it into the top of the net. A 3-0 Lancer lead. Receive center. They set one across the right side to the back, tipped in the air, gets over without a play. As the Dons break the run and bring themselves back within 2, 3-1. Kenley back in, and it'll be libero number 16, Schrader, back to serve. The back received by Starland. Luke will send one up, and Koenig will pump it to the back. Saved and set center. Off the hands of Gurgle. Koenig back up for Radical. She'll fade away to get it. Back across right side. Good touch to the back. Leduc is there. Radical back up for Thompson. Good touch. Into the nets and drops down. 4-1. The Lancers go up by 3. And now it's Thompson back to serve for the Lancers. Set high and back up by Schrader, up and over the net, received by Leduc. Thompson back up. Koenig on the run, gonna bump it over. Saved and set across right side, cross court. Brewer can't get down in time. And the Dons bring it back within 2. And now back to serve will be Wilczek. Received by Radical. Thompson will set it for Radical on the run. Wilczek was ready. Now going to set it across right side, trying to just touch it over. Thompson's there on the tip. Back across for Radical. Going to have to run back to get it. And going to roll over. Back up to the back. Received by Gurgle. Thompson back across for Radical. Tip to the net. Off her hands and out of play. Lancers get it back up by 3. Bartles and Quaid in for Koenig and Gurgle, and it'll be Bartles back to serve. Straight center for Schrader. Gonna set one back on the run to the back line and drops down. Dons get it right back and are now back within 2, 5-3. And it'll be Spada back to serve. Received by Radical. Thompson will set it across for Starland, and play will stop as the ball from the opposite court came into play, and they will reserve. Received by Leduc. Thompson will set one up for Radical, and that'll drop down, rolling off the hands of Spada. Lancers now up 6-2 with Radical heading back to serve. Save, gonna bump one back on the run. Tips on that, received by Radical. Thompson will set one back for Starland. Has to fade away to get it. Still going to get it over. Running save by Trader. Set back and sent to the back. Bartle sends one back up. Quaid will set one. Radical runs up to take it. Short little bump. Tip back high. And he'll tip it over. Thompson there once again. Starland across for Quaid. Diving save by Trader. Sends it across. Thompson back over. Tipped into the nets. And the Lancers go up by 5. 4. Back corner, and drops one down for an ace. Lancers up 8-3. And off the top of the net, the run will end. The Dons bring it back within 4, 8-4. 3 and 10, Blinker and Eggle will enter. And it'll be Eggle back to serve. Dug up by Radical. Thompson will send one across for Leduc, fading away. Diving save off the net, saved off the nets, and bumped over. Quaid is there. Thompson back across for Leduc again. Under the back line! And the Lancers up by 5. And now Starland back to serve. The back line sent high. Back into play by Trader and sent over. Radical there. Starland across for Thompson. Off the net. Radical back in the air. Starland gonna send one back for Quaid. Blocked it then again and drops down. 9-5, back to a 4-point game. As Burnick will enter. And it'll be Elena back to serve. The back received by Leduc. Set up for Thompson on the run. Just going to flick it over. Sent right back and under the net. Lancers in the double digits. Back up by 5. Gurgle in for Quaid. And it'll be Gurgle back to serve. Trader with the piece of it, gonna send it across. Blocked at the net, but onto the Lancers side. No one there to cover. As the Dons get it back within 4. Back to serve will be Holds. Down the line and out of play. Lancers get it right back up 5, 11-6 as Koenig is for Bartles. And Leduc heads back to serve. Right at Trader. Gonna set one across on the run. Sends it back through the hands of Gurgle. And the Dons get it right back once again. Kenley back in, and it'll be Trader back to serve. The back received by Leduc. Thompson will set one up for Radical. On the run, going to touch one down the net line. Back up to the right side for Spada. Tipped off a few Lancers and out of play as the Dons bring it within 3. Right at Radical. Thompson bump one up for her. Good touch. Sends it right back, right across. Leduc has it. Back for Radical again down the line. And onto the back line as the Lancers go back up by 4. 12-8. Thompson now back to serve. Receiver set back. Cross court through the hands of Thompson. As the Dons bring it back within 3. Wilczek will enter and will head back to serve. Off the top of the net. And the Lancers get it back. Once again up by 4 with Quaid and Bartles entering for Koenig and Gergel. And it'll be Bartles back to serve. Saves and set center. Blocked event by Quaid down to the Lancer side. As the Dons reach double digits, now within 3. With Spada back to serve. Received by Leduc. Thompson across for Radical center to the corner and drops it down on the line. Lancers back up by 13. And it'll be Radical back to serve for the Lancers. Right at Trader. This one back center. Bit behind her, dug up by Radical. Thompson will set one up for Leduc. And she'll knock one down off the hands of Kenley. Lancers up 5, 15-10. Back corner, gonna let it go, and that one goes long. 15-11 as the Dons get it back. Kipper will enter, and we'll head back to serve. Also entering in will be Blanker. Right at Bartles. Thompson will set one up center for Quaid. The corner tipped out of play. The Lancers up 16-11 by 5. Kenley back in as it'll be Starlin back to serve. Back corner, touched forward, set back, tipped at the nets, Radical on the drum. Back up for Thompson. Sliding, save it off under the nets. 17-11, the Lancers up 6. And a timeout by the Dons. 6-point Lancer lead, 17-11 here in the first set. Back from the timeout, 17-11, a 6-point Lancer lead with Starlin serving. To the back, and that one goes long. 17-12 as the Dons get it back. It'll be Eggle back to serve. Received by Bartles. Starlin will set one up for Thompson. Off the net and save. Back across right side, cross court up the hands of Radical, bouncing off the ceiling, and out of play. 17-13, and they're back within 4. The back off the hands of Leduc, and out of play. And now 17-14, a 3-point game. Lending save by Radical. Gonna set one up for Thompson. Blocked with the nets and back to the Lancers side. It's now a 2-point game. 17-15. And the Lancers gonna call timeout. 17-15, a 2-point game off the timeout. Don's trying to bring it back, down by as many as 7. And still serving strong is Eggle. And into the net. 18-15, back to a 3-point game as Gurgles enters in for Quaid, and will head back to serve. In the back, received by Trader. Gonna set one across at the fadeaway to get it through the hands of Gurgle. And the Dons get it right back within 2, 18-16. And it'll be Holes back to serve. Received by Radical. Starlin set one back for Bortles. Tipped to the net and saved. Sever across right side and drops one down through the hands of Radical, and it's a 1-point game. Luke gets it back in the air. Radical sends one back into play, and Starlin will bump it over. Running save. Set back right side, blocked at the net. And Lancers in the net. Tied at 18 now. And the Dons now with a chance to take the lead. Dug up by LeDuc, off the hands of Radical and out of play. 19-18, it's a 1-point Don lead. Received by Radical. Starlin to set one up for Thompson. Blocked at the net, Radical's there. Starlin back for Thompson. She'll bump it over. Set back right side. Lunging save by Radical. Starlin back up for LeDuc. She'll come up to get it. To the back, offensive Trader and out of play. And the game ties up at 19. LeDuc back to serve. Koenig entering in for Bartles. Luke's had some big runs so far this year on serving. Need a big one here. To the back, received by Trader. Set up center, and out of play. (20-19), Lancers up by 1. Luke back again. Right back at Trader. Set up right side once again. Just going to touch it over. Koenig right there. Diving save by Radical. Trying to be tipped back over, but Thompson just got off the wrong side. 20-20. Tied up once again as Trader heads back to serve. Back, received by Radical. Thompson will set one up for Radical. She'll knock one down, and the Lancers back up by 1. 21-20. And it'll be Thompson now back to serve. Back, set up right side, it's the fadeaway to get it, Luke is there. Thompson across, for Radical again, get a fadeaway to get it, running save. Set back, close to the net, and it's gonna bump it over. Thompson, for Radical. Blocked it out of play! 22-20, the Lancers up 2. Thompson trying to keep it going, just 3 points away from taking the first set. Straight center, close to the nets, and into the nets. 23-20, a 3-point lead. And the Dons call their final timeout. 23-20, 3-point Lancer lead. They're just 2 points away. Back from the timeout, 23-20, a 3-point Lancer lead. Thompson back to serve for the Lancers. They're just 2 points away. The back, received by Trader. Set up center. Drops one down. Into the corner. 23-21. Lancers lead cut down to 2. And it'll be Wilczek back to serve. To the back, received by Radical. Thompson will set one up for Radical. Goes her opposite hand, knocks it down, and they're 1 point away. And Bartle's going to enter. 24-21, just 1 point away, up by 3. Received by Trader in the back, and a set one back. To the back and onto the back line. 24-22, back to a 2-point game. Spada back to serve. Bartles runs up to get it. Sets it across for Quaid. Tip it to net, back to Lancer side. Radical keeps it alive. Thompson back up for Starlin. She'll bump it to the back, received by Trader. Set up center. Has to stop to get it. Lunging save by Quaid. Back in the air from Thompson. Quaid into the nets. And untouched. It'll be 4 hits on the Lancers. 24-23. Spada needs one more to keep it going. To the back, received by Radical. Thompson gonna tip one over. Lunging save and... There's a Thompson went over the net, and that'll tie us up at 24. Received by Radical. Thompson will set one up center for Quaid. To the back, and onto the line! Lancers hold on to a 1-point lead, 25-24, and it'll be Radical back to serve for the lead, for the win. Straight center. Gonna set one back center to the line and drops it down on the line. And we're tied once again at 25. Don's back to serve. Big deciding point here. Game tied at 25. To the back. And gonna let it go. And lands in the corner for an ace. And Lancer's going to call a timeout. 26-25, 1-point lead for the Dons. They're 1 point away from taking the first set. (26-25), Dons down by 7, came back, now an extra points. 26-25, they have a chance to win it here. To the back, off the hands of Bartles and out of play. And they sends it 27-25 in the first set. And back for the second set in 3 minutes. are back for the second set. Lancers off the first one, 27-25. Luke will start off the serving here in the second set for the Lancers. Trader will enter quickly. And we are ready to go. Into the net, and a 1-0 John lead. And it'll be Trader back to serve. Received by Gurgle. Thompson going to send one across for Radical off the net. Tipped out of play and ties up the game at 1. Good spot. It drops down an ace off the hands of Trader. Lancers go up 2-1. Back, receives cleanly, and set one up center, and out of play, untouched by the Lancers. 3-1. Good spot from Thompson, and that once again, back-to-back aces for Thompson. Lancers up 3, 4-1. And Larson going to enter for Starlin. To the back, lunging save. And set one back up. And on to the Columbus side. Lancers now at 5-1. Straight center. Gonna send one across right side, down the line off the hands of Leduc and out of play. 5-2, game back within 3. And Wilczek will enter in and head back to serve. Received by Leduc. Thompson will send one across for Radical. Out of play, untouched. And the Dons bring it back within 2. The back received by Radical. Thompson bumping up for Radical. Off the step back to get it. Tipped up. Trader gets a piece of it. Back across. Through the hands of Radical and out of play. 5-4. The Dons within 1. And Bartles will enter in for Caney. Dug up by Gurgle. Thompson back up for Radical. Tipped the net. Trader on the jump. Back up into play. And going to get one over. Radical there. Thompson back up for Radical. She'll finish it off the hands of Trader. Waiting for Gurgle. And it'll be Bartles back to serve. 6-4. Lancers up by 2. Offensive Trader under the net. An ace for Bartles. And the Lancers go up 3. Back corner sent high. Back to Spada. Tips the net. Bartles can't make it back in time. As the lead cut back down to 2-7-5. Seiberlin for Bartles. And it'll be Spada back to serve. Received by Radical. Thompson sets up from Radical from the back. Good touch. Diving save, going to send one back. Along the net line. Seibel gets up in the air. And Radical will bump it over. Step back center. Blocked in the net by Radical. She's everywhere! And the Lancers get the serve back, and guess who's serving it? It's going to be Radical. Running save. Going to set one back. To the back corner, Thompson's there. Larson across for Leduc. Blocks at the net, Leduc can't get back under it. And the Dons get it back. Within 3, 8-5. Starlin enters in for Larson. And it'll be Kibble back to serve. Received by Seibel. Off the net, Thompson can't save it. And the Dons now within 2. Thompson sends one back. Wrong side of the net. Radical still gets it back in the air. Thompson back across for Leduc. Sliding save. Tipped back and tipped over. Thompson there once again. Starlin will send it across for Quaid. Off the net was a touch. There was not. And the lead now gone, 8-8. Down the side and out of play. Lancers maintain a 1-point lead, 9-8. As they get the serve back, it'll be Starlin back to do it. With Koenig coming in for Seibel. Great center for Spat. They're going to set one across. Off the nets and on the Lancer side. Ties the game right back up at 9 as Eggle heads back to serve. Received center by Koenig. Starlin will send one back. And Radical sends it into the nets as the Dons take a 1-point lead, 10-9. Seibel in for Koenig. And it'll be Eggle back to serve. Received by Leduc. Starlin back for Thompson into the net. And now a 2-point Don lead, 11-9. To the back, received by Seibel. Radical sends one up for Thompson. Down the line and drops one down. Brings the Lancers back within 1, 11-10. As Gergel enters in for Quaid and Koenig in for Seibel. And Gergel will take the serve. Good spot, running save, going to send one back into play. Trader from back row will get it over. Received by Radical. Starlin sets one up for Thompson. Blocked at the net, back in the air, tipped up, and can't get it over. 12-10, this back to a 2-point game. Received by Leduc. Starlin will sum it up for Koenig. To the back, out of play, untouched. 13-10, it's a 3-point lead. Back received by Radical. Starlin across for Thompson. Blocked at the net, back in the air from Radical. Starlin back for Leduc. To the back line, tipped off against the Trader, back up and over. Gergel is there. Starlin back up for Koenig. Gonna punch one over. Sent back to the back line, into the hands of Gergel. 14-10, a 4-point Lancer lead as Bartles enters in for Koenig. Save by Leduc, sent back up in the air for Thompson. To the back corner and save. But no one there to receive it. As the Lancers bring it back within 3. And it'll be Leduc back to serve. foot fault by LeDuc. Chair ref not going to see it, and now does. As the Dons go back up by 4, 15-11. Kazumba will enter. For LeDuc. And it'll be Trader back to serve. Received by Kazemba. And onto the Don side. And now called out. And Coach Law gonna have a talk with them. And call will not be changed, saying she did not touch it. Neither did she go over the net. Received by Starlin. Thompson back up for Radical. Chipped in, back into the net. Lancers bring it within 4, 16-12. And it'll be Thompson back to serve. Great center. Sets one up center. Has to fade away to get it. Received by Kazemba. Thompson back across Radical again. And she'll finish off another. And going to be called out 17-12. To the back, received by Gurgle. Thompson sets it up for Radical. Blocked out of play. 17-13. And it'll be Bartles back to serve. Receiving set back for Spada. Good touch over the net. Radical's there. Thompson on the run, going to bump one back for Radical, and she'll tip it over. One-handed back in the air, back across to the right side. No chance for it. And the Lancers back within 3. Running save, going to set one back center. Dug up by Starlin. Quigg going to get it back over. And the Lancers now within 2. The back received by Trader, bump back high. And blocked his net by Radical. No one there to get it as the Downs go back up by 3. Received high by Radical, off the ceiling, and the only person there is Radical. 19-15, they're back up by 4. Simply let it go, and ends up dropping down on the back line. 20-15, a 5-point lead. The back received by Radical. Set across for Starland. Blocked with the net, back in the air from Radical. Quaid back up for Starland again. Blocked again, and this time it drops. 21-15 is a 6-point lead for the Dons. Received cleanly by Kazumba. Set up center for Radical. Tipped to the net, diving save back in from Trader. Sent to the back. And Kazumba can't get it, or Bartles can't get it back up. As the lead goes up to 7, 22-15. Running save by Bartles up and off the net. Another ace for the Dons off the hands of Bartles. 23-15, an 8-point lead. received by Kazemba. Thompson steps it up for Radical. In the back corner, high to the ceiling, bouncing around. Gonna get it back up and post over. Radical there once again. Thompson back for her. Fades way to get it into the net. 24-15, and the Dons are just 1 point away from taking the second set in the game. And up top of that, Lancer's going to get it back. 24-16, down 8. They're going to need 8 straight. Luke back in for Kazemba. And it'll be Radical back to serve. Sliding save, sets one back up. Blocked at the net, tipped out of play. And Lancers now within 7, 24-17. Radical to the back, right for Trader. Sets it up center, blocked at the net by Crate again. 24-18, it's a 6-point game. That corner, gonna tip one back, just touched over, and Lancers in the net. And that will do it, 25-18. Lancers lose it in 2 sets. And now they're gonna say Dons are in the net. And the game will continue. 24-19 is a 5-point game. Radical back to serve, down 5. Dug up by Trader, gonna set one back across. Into the net, diving Radical is there. Back across for Leduc. Blocked at the net, back in the air from Radical. Quaid back over, saved by Trader. Gonna send one back up into play, and to the back, received by Radical. Across for Leduc. Off the hands and way out of play. Lancers now within 4. And a timeout by the Dons. 24-20, a 4-point game. Lancers trying to keep hope alive. .24-20 back from the timeout. Don's just 1 point away from taking the game. As Lancers are riding a bit of a run here, going to need 4 more to force extra points. Radical back to serve once again. The back received by Trader. Sets one up center. Good touch with the net. Radical in the tie. Back in the air and drops to the floor, and that'll do it. 25-20. The Dons win it in 2. And the Lancers drop to 0-5 on the day and 6-7 on the year, as they will have their next game on Tuesday, another one on Thursday before going back on the road for a tournament on Saturday. As they will try to get back to 500 on Tuesday as they end the day 0-5 and 6-7 on the year.